And how's everybody doing? It is August 3rd, Tuesday. Not Tuesday. It is definitely not Tuesday. It is Monday. I hope everybody's doing amazing. Give me a second. Let me make sure my hair looks pristine. And then we can get going. I think it's good. I think it's passable. All right. We should be live everywhere. You know, I'm gonna have so much faith in my abilities. I'm not even gonna check because I know I did it right. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So let me just put the screens where they need to be so you guys can see my beautiful face. Michael Steven, how are you doing, buddy? How's everybody? How are you? Where is Birthday Boy? Is Birthday Boy gonna show up? Let's see. OBS, you stay there. Yo, bro, there's the Birthday Boy. Happy birthday, buddy. You see my thumbnail? Why do you think so many people are deceitful? Why do you think so many people are deceitful? It depends. There's so many motivations. That's a very, very broad question. There's people that are deceitful to survive. There's people that are deceitful to gain things. That's a very broad question. What people, which deceit, and just what do you, and there's so many reasons. Some reasons are even justifiable. I got to go. Thank you all. Bye, Spicy. Jeez. Hey, hi, bro. Nah, I'm just joking. Have a good one, bro. Have a great birthday. Enjoy your birthday. Kick it butt. Thank you for stopping in. And yeah, did you see the thumbnail? I put what I told you I was going to put on it. Even on the TikTok thumbnail, when you call out their deceit, they get angry. Yeah, those people are called narcissists. So are you talking about somebody in your personal life, or like, I'm guessing, yeah. So yeah, because they don't want to be found out. Like you expose them. When you call it their deceit, it's like you're basically exposing them with their clothes off. Yeah, sort of. So yeah, basically, I would have to, if you really want to know, like for that specific situation, you have to see what the person's motivations are for being deceitful. So is it because they want to hide something because it's embarrassing? Is it they want to hide something because they shouldn't be doing what they're doing? There's many reasons people are deceitful. As a matter of fact, deceit is on every level. I streamed last night, as a matter of fact, like at midnight, about what happened to Charlie Kirk, and there's a lot of deceit in that story. There's a lot of deceit in that reporting and all that. I don't pretend to know for 100% facts what happened, but I know the general, what I say. Basically, I know some facts. I don't know all the facts is what I'm saying. And I shared some of the facts last night on that stream. So if anybody's curious, they can watch that. I'm not commenting on Charlie Kirk. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, really. You don't need to comment on him. I was just saying that I streamed about it last night. I haven't watched any, until last night, I've watched zero media coverage on what happened to his death. I've heard like my buddy talk about it who streams and like, some of the theories, but I have, until last night on the live stream where I watched it, I have not heard any media coverage. I didn't know what they were saying about it. So I watched it on stream and kind of commented on it for a little bit, but it was interesting. Some of the claims they make are very, very outlandish, is what I'll say, at the very least. Yeah, everybody's allowed to believe what they want to believe. I'm not saying I know for 1,000% sure that, well, I know that what the official story is. Look, everything could be true, but the ballistics of it, like just the when you look at the ballistic angle, if they're really sticking to the story, the round, I don't care what gun it came from, I don't care any of that. If it was a 30-06 and it had the grain in it, it was, fully loaded with the right amount of gunpowder as a regular 30-06. That shit would have done way more damage than that entry wound. That entry wound looked like something like a 223 or 556 or something, But forget that. My yoga mentor is good in martial arts. Nice. A lot of times yoga and martial arts transfer because it's body movement, All right, let's see some notifications from yesterday. We got some replies. Ooh, we got a bunch of replies. What an incredible lack of self-awareness, somebody told me. Apparently I have an incredible lack of self-awareness. Why? I don't have much time for my job. And this might shock you. Your whole paragraph is around giving the context of why their brother gets... Oh, yeah. This is a comment deleted by users. Sure, of course they did. Speak to it. Why are you still replying? You must like the attention. Right. Okay, you went go check out all the attention you're getting. So, yeah, somebody... Oh, look, I got him. They try to be slick with me, commenting on my reply. And, I had to cook them to the point where they deleted all their comments. I'm sorry, whoever you were. Why is this head so huge? I don't know. I was born like this, bro. You know what's the worst part about my head being this big? All my damn shirts, bro, get stretched out. So, like, my collars, they're all, like, wrinkled. So, my shirts are only good for, like... You see, this one's already starting to do it. Bro, I don't know, man. It's been like this my whole life. I don't know what type of answer you're looking for, but it does help me in some ways. I have a big brain inside that head. All right, let's see who else commented. The post author replied, "Thank you. How long have you practiced martial arts? How long ago did I start? Or how long have I trained combined? Because I started like 15 years ago, trained for like 3 years, stopped for like 2 years, then trained for like 2 years, stopped for like 2 years, then trained for like another 2 years, and stopped, and trained for like a year. So combined, I probably trained maybe 6 to 7 years, maybe 8, 6, 7 to 8 years, yeah. Definitely during that whole time, jiu-jitsu, and then maybe like 4 years or 3 years of Muay Thai. But I'm very amateurish. I am nowhere near on like a professional level. Now my IQ, fight IQ, and knowledge of martial arts and jiu-jitsu is damn on a professional level. Just my body can't keep up on a professional level, if that makes sense. But let me get back on topic. So somebody asked yesterday if they were overreacting because they were cutting off their friend. The question was, am I overreacting for cutting off a friend for going back on her promise to house our cats in an emergency? That's right. This lady got upset because one of her friends told her that she would house... So she was talking to her friend who was mourning the loss of her dog, right? And at the time, this poster was saying that she might have to move and she had 2 cats that she didn't know what to do with. So her friend told her, hey, since my dog just died, I can house the cats for you if you need be. 6 months or 8 months later, she calls the lady and she's like, hey, can you still house my cats? And the lady's like, no, I got a dog since then, so I can't really do it anymore. And this lady like freaked out and like stopped talking to her. So I said, yes, you are way overreacting. Just because she made an offer to you at one point when she had no pets in the house, as you mentioned, she had just lost her dog, doesn't mean that was an offer for life. Things obviously change in people's lives and circumstances change, along with what they might or might not be able to provide to you as a friend. Your friend had very logical, sound reason for not being able to take your cats anymore, considering she got a new dog, and you expecting her to take on additional pets is kind of rude. Wild Child said the offer wasn't a lifetime commitment. Let me give you a better example. Let's say I'm single and living in a 3-bedroom house. I'm talking to my friend who's down on his luck and offering him a room if he needs one. He doesn't take me up at the time. 3 years later, he calls me and asks me to cash in on the offer of a room. And I tell him I can't do it anymore because I am now married with 2 kids in the house. Would it be reasonable for my friend to get upset with me for not honoring the offer I made 3 years ago? Of course not, because things change. And she said, this is the original poster says, Thank you. I agree. Definitely not a lifetime commitment. But we were talking about roughly 6 weeks between her offering and it becoming a critical situation. So I wrongly assumed the offer was still valid, especially because she offered. I didn't ask. She said something along the lines of, "Don't worry, we are not going to let that shelter happen. I take them until you are settled." Yes, but things could change in 6 weeks. What is she talking about? It's not the amount of time, it's the fact that things change. Does she not get it? And obviously, she got a dog in the 6 weeks. I think you missed my point. While I appreciate you taking the criticism so well. I think you missed my main point. Criticism. While I appreciate you taking the criticism so well, I think I might have explained it wrong. Might have explained it wrong. It's not so much the time frame, not so much the time frame. It's the fact that things change. If she in fact did get a dog in the 6 week, get a dog, it doesn't matter how long, get a dog when you asked for the favor. If she in fact did get a dog by the time you asked for the favor, then my point still stands. And she didn't disagree with me, but I guess she's missing. Thank you. I agree. Definitely not a lifetime commitment. But we were talking about roughly 6 weeks between her offering and it becoming a critical situation. Again, like I pointed out to her, it wasn't so. Yo, Dmitry, I bought Rust and spent all my money and need Xbox Games Pass to play, and that is $10. Sorrow, you're not gonna milk me, my friend. I'm glad you got Rust. If you could figure out how to get the rest of the $65, I'm sure you can figure out how to get $10. Sorrow, I believe in you. Dmitry has faith in you, Sorrow. No, I'm not trying to milk. Yo, remember when you got leaked on Twitter? Yo, if I got leaked on Twitter, that's what's up. I hope I got leaked on Twitter, because I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. And if anything, that's promotion for me. Leak me on Twitter all day, baby. Leak me on Twitter right now. Leak me on IG, on Facebook, on all that, Finn. These TikTok people. Tripping. All right, let's keep going. Who else replied to us yesterday? Somebody else replied. Ooh, your comment has been removed because be civil. Ooh, I wasn't civil. Ooh, I got in trouble. Something was clapping loud as fuck. Let me get behind some of your episodes, buddy. Okay, sure, why not? You can watch my episodes, buddy. I'm letting you know what happened. I know, Sorrow. I'm just messing with you, buddy. I like you, Sorrow. You're a good person. You're a good dude. You always like my lives. You watch. I mess with you, Sorrow. All right. Let me get focused back. Why, Michael? You should train. If you haven't trained, you should do some jiu-jitsu, man. It's amazing for everything in your life. It's amazing for literally everything. And what I mean by that is like your health, your mental, your emotional, everything. Your physical capabilities is just amazing. And I'll be back to it shortly. My rib is feels like it's fully healed. Check something. Yes. Why doesn't that browser or custom dock work? That's fine. Maybe it has to be out for it to work. docs, custom browser docs, YouTube. Okay, fine. We'll delete you then. All right, sorry guys. I need to really stop troubleshooting stuff online or messing with stuff. Thank you, bro. You're a good person. You're the only chill live streamer. I'm sure I'm not the only one, Sorrow, but there's some other ones, I'm sure. So your comment has been removed because it violates Rule 1. Be civil. Further incidents may result in a ban. How does my comment break Rule 1? Message mods if you have any questions or concerns. So am I the asshole for snitching on my younger brother, 15-year-old male? This guy, okay. What did he snitch on his brother for? All right, you snitching would actually most likely cause more harm than good. He also wouldn't trust you anymore, rightfully so. Yo, how is that civil? My friend is calling me. I'll be back later. You're good, Sorrow. Thanks for dropping by, man. You snitching would actually most likely cause more harm than good. This is me saying this to the original poster. He also wouldn't trust you anymore, rightfully so. If you snitch, there's almost a certainty you will put a strain on the relationship between your brother and you. He will likely also rebel and probably act out even more. So by you snitching, you accomplish nothing but negativity. If you actually want to help your brother genuinely, you will pull him. Yo, how is this? What? How is this not civil? You pull him aside and have a private conversation with him. Explain to him your concerns and also hear him out. Best outcome would be he understands the harm he can potentially be doing and agrees to cut back and maybe eventually quit altogether. I can't stress enough how much telling on him will be counterproductive to what you claim your motivations are. Now, if you just want to be a dickhead to your brother, then by all means, go tell mommy. Oh, that part. Whoopsie. That's not being civil. I was just saying if you want to be a dickhead, then do this. I wasn't calling him a dickhead. We're not allowed to curse? And am I the asshole? Like, what? Yeah, I want to message the mods. How was I being uncivil? I never called anyone any derogatory terms. All I said was if someone wanted to be a dickhead, they can do a certain action. It's up to them. It's up to them whether they want to be a dickhead or not, right? This is to the mods. Yo, I'm here. What's up, Finn? It's up to them whether they want to be a dickhead or not, right? I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding. English is my second language after all. English is my second language after all. What's up, Yoshikage Kira Killer? Yo, I've been here since before you got 1K subscribers. I was here for one. Let's go, Finn, you're the man. Finn, we're going up, bro. We're going up. We got like 3,000 subscribers now. I'm on 6 different platforms at once, bro. I'm streaming on TikTok, on YouTube, on Rumble, on Twitch, on Kick, and Locals. That's 7. No way. Am I really on 7 platforms? Kick and Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, Locals, and TikTok. That's 7. No, that's 6. Damn. That's pretty cool that you have 6 streaming platforms that you do. Yeah, look, let me show you how it works, man. Look, I got TikTok right there. Then I got OBS right here that is running my Rumble. Then I have a plugin for OBS that runs Kick, Locals, and Twitch. And then check it out. I have all my chats right here in my OBS. So all my chats are, right in front of me. So I don't have to have a bunch of websites open. The only thing is I don't know how to get my TikTok chat from that tablet. I wish I could get the TikTok chat. I wish there was a URL I can find so I can put in if anybody knows, as a matter of fact, yeah, if anybody knows how to get the TikTok chat from your live stream onto OBS, or how to basically, better yet, if you know how to make it pop out chat on TikTok, that would be very helpful. Like if you know how to open the TikTok chat in a separate window. If anybody can comment that, message that, any of that. Because yes, I've actually chat GPT'd it and it didn't really make too much sense, but that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going. All right, we sent the mods a message. Let's see if anybody else replied. I think we did have. Yep, another person replied. Laziness. Okay, this is. Laziness is crazy. My job is ridiculous. Okay, so this lady was like, yeah, I had to have my brother move in because my job is so demanding. I just can't have time. I don't have enough time to do the chores. And so I'm letting him live. Remember when you said we were going international? You were going international? Yes, we are. Yo, we are international, and then we're gonna have an international trip. So Finn, you, and all the regulars that were here prior to 1K, or even people that joined after 1K, if they're like always on and they're always chatting, yo, we're going to a trip. We're gonna vote, and we're gonna have an awesome get together somewhere. And the people that can't go, I'll just send them like a gift card somewhere. We are international, my boy. Look, this is how many states we got covered. These are mods in these states. So all those states got mods in them. We got 37 countries. We got mods in 37 different countries, yo. What other streamer you know that got mod in 37 different countries? Seriously. I don't know a single one. Not a one. We gonna do big things, Finn. You just watch. No YouTube chat, sad. What do you mean no YouTube chat, sad? YouTube chat is there. How is it no YouTube chat? Oh, it said live chat. No YouTube chat where? No, what's Talk Big to Me talking about? No YouTube chat, sad. There is YouTube chat. No YouTube chat where? Can you say happy birthday to my friend Dixon? Hi Dixon, happy birthday! I hope you're having a great birthday, Dixon. Your name is kind of rhymes with Diaz, Myaz. What a cool last name. Yeah, it's kind of like Diaz, but Myaz. I get it. Happy birthday, Dixon. I see you, Finn. I see you there. All right, so discussing this. All right, and this might shock you. Your whole paragraph is they're giving context to why their brother gets to live there on the cheap. You nitpicking. Oh yeah, okay. You clearly missed my point. I was simply pointing out that she chose to have her brother living there due to her own laziness. That's all I was saying. So her making it seem like she had no other choice but to have him move in is deceitful reasoning, is what I was saying. Now, later she clarified that to her, it was more like she would rather pay, which is totally fine. Like her time is more valuable than the money. And I'm a big believer in that. But say that, don't say, oh, it's because I don't have time to do my chores. Remember when you had that Spider Lake profile? Yeah, I think so. Yep. All right. Laziness is crazy. For clarification, my point was if he's not actually an asshole and it was a one-off, then yeah, banning him from your home would be okay. Or however, if that's his normal type of behavior, then obviously be gone with the fool. Laziness is crazy. My job is ridiculously demanding. I wake up at 3:45 a.m., she said, to do pre-work every day. I'm in the building at 6 a.m. and I'm rarely home before 7 p.m. Okay, that's pretty damn demanding. I'm asleep by 9:30 p.m. Hold on. So she gets to work at 6 a.m. and rarely home before 7 p.m. Okay, so I'm in the building. So how long is her commute? If she gets up at 3:45, she must not be out the door right away. So she probably takes an hour to get ready. So her commute, let's say, give her an hour. So she's working 6 to 6. She's working 12-hour days. What, 6 days a week? Something's not adding up. Unless, I mean, it could actually be a thing if she's working for herself or self-employed or running a business. But all right, let's keep reading what she's talking about. I'm asleep by 9:30 if I'm not too exhausted to just climb immediately into bed upon returning home. All right, so yeah, that's already, like, I don't care if you work 12 hours a day. If you have some laundry to do at home, you can do it in an hour or two. If you don't, if you value your sleep more than, and you got the finances, then yeah, pay for it to get done. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. I live in one of the most expensive cities on earth. My stepbrother is a grad student who has 3 hours of classes 3 days a week and who works fewer than 20 hours per week. He could not afford to live here without me, and I can afford to hire a housekeeper and a pet sitter and to have groceries delivered without him. As for the rest, any guy who talks that way to a woman he's just met is definitely an asshole. Yeah, that's actually a good point. She's not wrong. From being on YouTube, starting this career to having 6 platforms that you stream on. It can turn into a career, and that's the goal, Finn. But it's definitely not a career yet. It's a hobby that is, technically, it costs me right now to do this. But hopefully, you keep building with consistency, eventually things start to happen. And I'm already, obviously, see results from just the little bit of work I've put in so far. 173 days is what? 180 days will be 6 months? Is it? Yeah. So we're right under 6 months. We're babies in this thing. I haven't even done this for 6 months, literally. A rookie. A brand new freaking rookie. Okay, you win. Go check out all the attention you're getting. All right, let's see. No, Russian, English. I speak 2 languages. How about you? Who cares? Why are you still replying? Oh, this is the person that deleted. We read this already. All right. Doing this for around a year. What do you mean doing this for around a year? It hasn't even been 6 months that I've been on here. I started in February. All right, let's read something fresh and new. You have been doing this for around a year. Oh, hold on. Finn, you stream on YouTube? How did I not know that? Hold on. I'm subscribed to you, right? Go to your channel. Yeah, I'm subscribed to you. Okay, yeah, you got some videos, I see. Yeah, hey, how come you're not putting... Finn, you should put titles in your videos. So, not being on YouTube, I've been doing this... Oh, okay, I was gonna say, on your videos, you just have dates. But hey, it's something. At least you're starting. All right, let me get back to what I was doing. Minecraft Gemmas. What's up, Minecraft? Hi. Let's see. What is new to read? New. Why do parents buy wet wipes? Just buy dry wipes and let them at home. Are they stupid? To be frank, I've bought many wet wipes, but it occurred to me just today, after being a stay-at-home dad for my 15-year-old twins, if they were dry, it would save a fortune in shipping costs, which would then be passed on to the customer. So why make them wet in the first place? Because it's not just water. It's probably some kind of clown. Because it's likely not just water. Surely there are other ingredients that are probably carcinogens, that are possibly carcinogens. Duh. How are you gonna get carcinogens from my water? How else would you get the carcinogens? You think they're just gonna come from your tap? They might actually. You think you just get that from your tap? You think that just comes out the tap? You think those type of valuables? You think those type of valuables just come out of the tab? Come on now. I know this is no stupid questions, but that was a stupid question. Just kidding. Yeah, you have a community. I have a slight community. Nice. Yeah. There's in the double digits, it's in the mid double digits, number of people who've been watching like the whole 6 months, basically, which is amazing. I love that. And I appreciate it so much. Yesterday, Man Fart Road Church Festival, 4:45 p.m. Not happy. Somebody farted yesterday and they're not happy? That's not good. Yeah, if I drink alcohol, it doesn't agree with my stomach too much. If I drink too much alcohol, yeah, I get that situation happening. How did humans figure out things out in the first place? There's so many stuff. Oh, was that too much information? I'm sorry. Chronically online people, what are your favorite chronically online people? How to bypass a pin phones, 100% legal, trying to, what the hell? Why do people deactivate their Instagrams instead of just deleting the app? I don't know. Am I the asshole for falling? Okay, for falling for a friend's offer. This is a good one, posted 8 minutes ago. For context, yeah, just so you know, I'm a child. Finn, I saw that. For context, I've been friends with this person since we were both 16. We are both 26 now. Within the last couple of months, they went through a tough time going through that. That's why I've been doing a lot better by trying not to curse and stuff, because I realized that I have younger viewers. But yeah, yeah. For context, I've been friends with this person since we were both 16. We are both 26 now. Within the last couple of months, they went through a tough time going through navigating an open relationship to being single due to their parent being dishonest. And since they opened their relationship and after their relationship ended, this friend has been flirting with me, but only while drunk. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I have a lot of currently unresolved SA trauma I'd prefer not to get into, but my friend knows how uncomfortable I am with things like flirting. But they always present their flirting as a comfortable, safe place to have fun where nobody will get hurt. However, the idea of seeking his comfort that could change friendship dynamics with my best friend scared the hell out of me. But I couldn't get this idea out of my head from the first instance of flirtation. As somebody with a trauma and anxiety revolving around intimacy, this offer of a safe, comfortable place without fearing or being hurt or abused. Okay, this is, I'm skipping this. Sorry, guys. This is not the choice for me. All right. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. That can't be real. I'm gonna show you YouTube and TikTok. Oh my goodness, yo. I can't believe that's real. You guys think this is real? Or is this set up? Was this a setup? Hold on, let me get some sound here. Not that we need sound for this, but why not? And there we go. Oh yeah, the speakers are good. All right. Look at this. Is this real? Whoa.
What the was that? Don't get your hat thinking.
Is that real? You got mollywopped by that fish. Jeez. What was that? Oh! All right, TikTok. I'm gonna show you next. That was crazy. All right, TikTok. Hold on. Dang, I got a little tripod for TikTok. Oh, how do you flip cameras on TikTok? Flip camera. All right, look at this. Yo, I just realized the back camera is better on the. Oh, but then I won't be able to see the chat. Oh! Is that real TikTok? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, can we slow this down? Oh, we can't slow this down. Alright, that's enough. Man, he got mollywopped by that fish. For those, if anybody is actually just listening to this, if I actually have any listeners that just listen, there's a guy in the boat he was riding, and a big old fish, I guess, jumped out. And there are canals or rivers where fish jump, like when the boats come by, and yeah, he nearly got knocked off the boat. All right, on to something readable. Buy a house or have a wedding. 6 minutes ago, somebody posted this. My fiance, 24-year-old male, and I, 23-year-old female, are struggling to figure out what we should do first. A little background. I started nursing school this month and will be done in 2 years. Our current living situation is with my parents. We aren't in their house, rather in an apartment they built in our carriage house that is behind their house. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's like a little apartment behind the house. We thought it would be best for me to solely focus on getting through nursing school, so I quit my job. My fiance encouraged this and is totally fine with taking on the expenses that we come out making even more money combined when I finally graduate. We are doing more than fine financially, and our living situation has allowed us to save rapidly. The only issue is that we don't pay for monetarily. We pay for an occasional emotional distress. Okay, Fen, I got you, buddy. The only issue is that we don't pay for monetarily. We pay for an occasional emotional distress. Yeah, money is not everything, People think, oh, just because you have money or somebody has money, like, they're going to be happy and joyful all the time. There's a lot of rich, wealthy people who are freaking miserable, man. And look, I think it's very important. In my opinion, I would rather have a good balance of both. Obviously your bills need to be paid for you not to stress. Obviously it's good to have money to do things you like to do. Hobbies, take your family somewhere. However, if you make your sole center of the universe or your sole goal money, you will be miserable really quick. I know this from experience. At 21 years old, I started doing life insurance, and from 21 to 28, the only thing that was on my mind was how to make more money, how to recruit more people, how to burn through more agents a lot of times, to make more money, and it did not make me happy. That's all I'll say. Our original plan was to have our wedding while we were still living with my parents, because then we could save for a nice wedding without worrying about a house payment. Hosting an amazing wedding is really important to me, so this seemed like a great idea. We thought we could go right back to rapidly saving after the wedding, and then even more saving once I started working. The plan was to get a house shortly after I got my nursing job. This was like the plan. We are now unfortunately having to rethink everything after this past week. Very long and traumatic story. My mom had a mentally ill episode that resulted in me taking my nieces back to their parents' house. My younger sister getting kicked out of my stepdad a week before her house closing date. And now I haven't spoken to my parents in a few days. I think that this all happened because my younger sister just closed on a house with her boyfriend and she's moving out next week. I have 4 siblings, and all but one of them had some crazy thing happen between them and my mom when they moved out. I'm the last one to leave the nest, and I am really trying to figure out my strategy to mitigate the damage. I don't foresee any issues happening between us while we are living here, but at this point, I don't know. My fiance wants out of here after all that, understandably, and I do too. But I know if we get a house, it will take longer to save for a wedding, and I don't want to have to be engaged for 3 years. Maybe we just swallow it and deal with living here since we at least have our own space. It does give us a good opportunity to save a lot of money, but I don't know. Listen, I know we should probably get out when we can, but I'm just wondering what could have been. I don't know if maybe we should just downsize the wedding, do a smaller ceremony whenever we want, and then do a large casual reception maybe at our house. I'm just sad because I'm excited to get a house, but doing it out of necessity really hurts, especially when it throws our plans off track. It also bums me out because I have dreamed about my wedding for years. I don't even know what I'm expecting to get out of this. Maybe if anyone has advice on how to navigate this, or maybe how we could make a good compromise. The added layer of me being in nursing school obviously isn't helping. Anyways, any input is welcome. This seems simple enough. It's simple enough. Yes. Sure. The real question is, what is more important to you? The house or being married on the timeline you set? Also, what are the drawbacks of staying where you guys currently are? You guys currently are in the apartment behind your parents' house. Your parents' house. Like, what's the worst case scenario? From the sound of this post, it sounds like the wedding is more important to you than it is your fiance. But I could have also misunderstood. If it was me, I would figure out a way to get both done on the timeline that was originally set out, and just downsize the wedding. The wedding reception, as you mentioned. Questions is currently discussing this on YouTube Live. Dion, hey Dion Dixon, how are you doing? Hey Dixon, are you from TikTok? Abby, info. Hey Dixon, happy birthday Dixon. Your last name is like Diaz, but it's Myaz. I get it. Nice last name. Myaz. Kind of like Diaz, but Myaz. And what a cool first name, Dixon. Happy birthday, Dixon. Yeah, can you say happy birthday to my friend Dixon? I already said it, buddy. Yo, is that puddle is still out there from yesterday. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Just with the title House. All right. I don't even know what I'm living for, somebody said. Oh, this is a bent post. I feel like I'm a robot, just going through the motions of everyday life. I genuinely don't know what I am working towards. Every goal that I have ever had has basically become impossible. Working towards a house is unachievable because the housing is so expensive, and having done the math, there's no way I can afford something on a single income. That's because you're a freaking loser and you don't want to increase your thing. I just don't know. I would love to have children, but anxiety, depression, and financial issues, plus being ugly, means it's hard to find a partner. Just find an ugly partner. I don't think it's fair to bring a child into this world if I'm unstable. Maybe the child will make you more stable. I'm an unattractive woman, so social situations are difficult anyway. Oh, you're a woman? Trust me, you can find somebody to marry you. I'm an unattractive woman, so social situations are difficult anyway, so most people judge it on looks, so it's not like I have a cracking social life. Everything has become expensive, and I don't make much money, so I can't afford to do many fun things. I just don't know what I'm even doing at this point. Like, I'm just surviving for no reason. Getting up every morning is becoming more difficult. Things I used to care about, like exercising, eating healthy, self-care, has just gone out the window. Hey, Kimmy, how are you doing? Kimmy 35, how are you? Good to see you. You sound like you're in the early stages of depression. And that's great. And that's great because that means you and well, let me rephrase that. Say, you sound like you're in the early stages of depression. And the great thing is you actually realize it. because you clearly have self-awareness. You clearly have some self-awareness. Some self-awareness. Some self-awareness. Now, put a plan into place to get out of your funk. You don't have just what you writing. I'm responding. So this is what I do daily. I read Reddit and I respond to Reddit posts. I mean, yeah, that's what I've been doing daily for the most part. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing good too. Bye, Finn. Have a good one. I'm glad you're here on this platform. Not all 6 platforms. Like when I first saw you, we were already friends. It made me a mod on the first day. That's right, Finn. Yep. You were a mod on the first day, my friend. You sound like you're in the early stage of depression. That's a great thing. You actually realize it because you clearly have some self-awareness. Now put a plan into place to get out of your funk. Get back to exercising. I'm talking to myself here now. Not that I fell off, but I did take the weekend off. And definitely going back today. Exercise. Get back to exercising. And eating healthy. Also, as far as you being ugly, we can't all be good looking. No, I'm just joking. As far as you being ugly, I am 100% sure you are overanalyzing yourself, and there are plenty of great guys that would love to meet you and get to know you. Meet you and get to know you. Hell, most of them are probably right here on Reddit. Hell, a lot of them are probably here on Reddit. Have you tried making connections? In person or in real life? In person or... I don't believe that she's a woman and nobody... Surely someone's approach... No, let's not say that because maybe they haven't. In person or in real life, my point is... not the secret. I don't even know what I'm looking for. My point is, oh yeah, there are many things to live for. You have to figure out what's important for you and center your drive around your why. Yeah, if you know why you want to do something, like, it makes it a lot easier to figure out how you're gonna do it. If you know where you want to go, your mind will help you figure out how to get there. I know I've talked about this multiple times already, but I think a lot of people are afraid to write goals or write down what they're trying to achieve, because they don't know right away how to achieve it. But you don't need to know how you're going to achieve it when you write it down. You just need to know what you want to achieve. Once you know what you want to achieve and you write it down and you start looking at it daily, your mind will automatically, I promise you, your brain will start working and it'll start figuring out ways to achieve what you want to achieve. The mods responded to me. This is most definitely a passive insult. You're calling them a dickhead for what they're planning to do, not some unrelated possibility. Fair enough. Sorry for being a dickhead. said, this is most definitely a passive insult. You're calling them a dickhead for what they're planning to do, not some unrelated possibility. I said, fair enough. Sorry for being a dickhead. Fair enough. They caught me. I was a dick. All right, guys. That's going to cut it for today. Kate, how's it going? Hello, Kate on Twitch. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off. My buddy's going to stream shortly. I believe he's streaming in an hour. But we'll read one more. Are you now a therapist? Kate, stop messing with me. August 20th is the hearing. August 20th. And then 7 days after that, it takes till you get the letter of their decision. And if I'm not licensed with them, then it's going to Superior Court appeal. I have an additional appeal after that, this one. So if this hearing doesn't go as I like it to, I have one additional appeal to take it up to the Superior Court. Oh, did I tell you? Do you remember what happened with the other incident where I was trying to get body cam footage, Kate? I got good news on that accord, on that front. Did you see the videos of me going to talk to the police chief or the police? You didn't see the videos of me going to talk to the police people? Like it's one of my lives that got like the most views. No? Okay, well then you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. It's irrelevant then. I hope you're doing good. How you been doing? You saw that? Well, yeah, so you know how the whole thing, I was trying to get the body camera footage of the police officers' body camera footage from the incident that they, when I called them out for the assault. Well, I finally submitted the correct petition to the courts, and the courts have now ordered the police station to provide them the footage so they can review it. Okay, so I'm adding somebody on TikTok. Please don't do nothing weird, bro. Whoever you are on TikTok, please don't do nothing weird. Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I only accepted one person. Whoa, where all these people come?
How are these people getting on here?
I have no clue. I only accepted one person. Who's everybody? Who's all these people?
I don't know.
Yo, what's going on? TikTok.
You got a little music thing going on?
Music thing going on? No, I'm streaming it. I do YouTube. Who are y'all, man? How'd y'all find me? I don't really know how TikTok work, bro. Alright, these people. Y'all are cool, but y'all gotta go. You just barged in my life. How the hell I get rid of y'all? I don't even know how to get rid of these people, man. What's up with TikTok? Bro, y'all get out of my room. They're gonna do something weird. I feel it. They're gonna do something weird. Kate, do you know how to use TikTok? How do I get these people out of my room? Look, and there was just like, who is this? How do I get these people? They ain't real. Are you real?
Hey, yo.
Y'all real? Is that a recording? Hold 2 fingers up. Can you hold 2 fingers up? Two fingers. Oh, yeah! What's that? What's that mean? Am I a gangster now? West Side? Where y'all from, bro? Okay, we're gonna pretend like that didn't just happen. Yo, I accepted one person and literally 3 boxes of 3 people showed up. I don't know if maybe it was like their friends or something. Maybe I accepted one person and he had friends that were with him. Thank God they left, because one time I accepted somebody and they started saying so much naughty stuff. I don't know how to. Yo, I clicked on their name and it doesn't say kick them out anywhere. So, all right. I was just because I just started streaming on TikTok and I don't really know for sure how it works. I mean, I know how to go live. I know how to set a thumbnail, and yeah. And Elena, remember my ex? She actually came on and gave me some gifts. I earned some money. One person invited all of you. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. That's why they were confused too. They're like, hey, what's going on? That makes sense. TikTok is easy. Yo, I made $2.44 my first day on TikTok. Thank you very much. And now I think I'm up to like $3.13. But I haven't even been streaming for like a week. Apparently, all jokes aside, TikTok is easy to make money on. But yeah, I don't know. And then you gotta do matches against people, and I don't really fully understand it. You're saying TikTok is easy, but it's kind of confusing. It has a lot of stuff going on, and it has all these challenges and all these different things you can join. It just gives me a headache. But I added they play matches and talk. So I added TikTok to my repertoire for streaming, and I added locals. So now I'm streaming on, let's try to count these again. TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, locals, Twitch, and Kick. How did I get 7, yo? It's 6, right? It's 6 fingers, 6. How did I get 7 earlier? I have to rewatch that and see how the hell I counted 7. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 6. But it is what it is. Were we gonna read one more? I don't know. We just, it's important and center your life around that. Why? Why can't I edit? Delete comment, save, edit comment. Each read questions, discussing this on the, oh, the previous thread that I was talking about. What were we talking about? Okay, thank you for being kind. Somebody, she replied, the one I said that this sounds like the early stage, you sound like you're in the early stages of depression, and the great thing is you actually realize it because you clearly have some self-awareness. Now put a plan into place to get you out of your funk. Get back to exercising and eating healthy. Also, as far as you being ugly, I'm 100% sure you are overanalyzing yourself, and there are plenty of great guys that would love to meet you and get to know you. Hell, a lot of them are probably here on Reddit. Have you tried making connections in person or in real life? My point is there are many things to live for. You have to figure out what's important for you and center your drive around your why. Oh, and she said, thank you for being kind. I have had depression for years, but have always been able to function. But lately it's just becoming so difficult. I feel like I don't have a reason to do anything really. I used to have goals and would be motivated working towards them, but I don't know, it just feels pointless now. I don't think I can mentally handle dating, and being unattractive makes it difficult anyway. I don't think I have the energy to go through with it right now. You do have the energy, stop. You do have the energy. Especially if you tell yourself, especially once you stop telling yourself that you might not, and you do. What we tell ourselves is crucial, because that we speak our reality into existence. I would suggest, I know for what has helped me in the past when I've been in similar situations is to put up quotes / vision board like images or even a whiteboard or quotes vision board like images, a whiteboard, even right on your bathroom mirror with what's that pen called? She met one, Dmitri. Yeah. What do you use dry erase markers? Mirror with dry erase markers. Your why. So everywhere you look, you see it. It's funny how our brains work, but if you force yourself to see something that does motivate you or give you some drive, you can't help but get a boost of motivation from it. I guess that's the best way I can phrase it. You do have the energy, especially once you stop telling yourself that you might not, and you do. What we tell ourselves is crucial because we speak our reality into existence. What has helped me in the past, when I've been in similar situations, is to put up quotes, vision boards like images, a whiteboard, even right on your bathroom mirror with dry erase markers. Dry erase markers. Why dry erase markers? All right. Okay, dry erase markers, period. Write down your why. Sit down. Obviously. Yes, I know you feel like you don't have one now, but I'm sure if you sit down and brainstorm, you can find a few very compelling ones. Boom. Case advice, she should start playing tennis. Okay, I'll tell her that. Just tennis? Or any kind of sport? Kate's advice is to start playing tennis. Not sure why tennis. I'm not gonna say it, not sure, but tennis. But yeah, it's a social sport. It's good. It doesn't take too much. It does take a lot of. She should start playing tennis. Case advice: start playing tennis. I agree. Any social activity or hobby would be wildly beneficial for your lifestyle. Wildly beneficial for your lifestyle. Yo, and I gotta make an announcement, guys, about something I'm changing in my lifestyle. Case advice: start playing tennis. I agree. Any social activity or hobby would be wildly beneficial for your lifestyle. Yep. All right. So before I log off, I gotta make an announcement. I'm making some changes in how I operate and what I do, and I am no longer, and lawn tennis specifically, if I don't uphold what I'm about to say, I am more than allowing you guys to call me out and, you know, whatever, tell me that I'm not following through with what I said. I'm done gambling. I'm no longer gambling. No more gambling, period. Not one day a week, not just on certain days, not on. I'm all the way done gambling. Now, if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm in, you know, there's a casino one day, yeah, that's different. But as far as regular going to gamble, you know, just for leisure, no more. It's such a waste of time, it's crazy. And obviously a waste of funds and finance. But on top of that, it's funds and money you can get back, you know? So yeah, it's not great to lose, but that's whatever. You can get money back. Time you could never get back. And I'm done wasting my time doing something so pointless. So that's just me saying that to myself more than anything, to hold myself accountable. So now that I know I've said it to the world, it's not that I needed to, but it'll help me stay accountable to myself. I love you all. I will be back tomorrow. Kate, thank you for dropping in. I know it's getting late over there. Thank you so much. First people, Rumble, Locals, Kick, and Twitch. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Anybody that did watch or will watch, drop a like. I got you, Kate. Hold on, let me close these 4 out. Drop a like, subscribe, follow, and I appreciate you guys very much. So Kate said, Kate, I've won, lost. It's just, I've been wanting to stop, and it's just, what prompted is that I give people advice on how to change their habits, and I'm like, I have a habit that I really don't like, and so last night I did some hypnosis work on it, and I'm going to continue to. No, it's not what informed this decision. Did I lose money? Yes, I've lost money, but I've also won money. But I didn't lose anything big like recently. I actually, compared to before, I've lost way more. But it's just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of because, even when you win, it's like, oh, you win, so what? You can go play more? It's dumb. And I much like my life before I made this gambling a regular thing, which it's not like I've been doing this for life. It's only very recent, and I am pretty good about cutting out habits that are not beneficial to me. Sometimes it takes me a little longer than it should, but I'm done with that shit. And now I will have so much more time to do so many other great things, like going to the golf range, you know what I mean? Or making content for you guys. It's dumb. I could be spending all that time that I spend in those or have spent in those places. I could be working on my YouTube stuff. I could be clipping stuff. I could be doing a million other things that are way more beneficial and healthy. And not to mention, the damn places are filled with smoke. Me having shortness of breath here and there recently. I actually had another episode a couple of days ago. So after not having one for like weeks. So yeah, a lot of things, but mostly just the fact that it's a dumb thing to do. I don't know how else to put it. TikTok, I love you guys. I'm out on TikTok and YouTube. I'm about to be out too shortly. Let's see what TikTok did. 72 viewers. Big progress. You gained 2 points, whatever that means. You reached 7,000 likes. Ooh, great. But yeah, does that answer your question, Kate? I'm tired of the freaking drain it has on. What's up, Los? Whoa, whoa, Los, you're still alive? What are you doing up? And how are you not a mod anymore? I got you. Hold on, buddy. Whoa, Los Penguin from Finland. How are you doing, buddy? I'll stay a couple more minutes just because you showed up. What's up, bro? How you been? How you been? Where you been? What you been up to? I know I've been streaming a lot later than usual, but yeah. Where the hell you been? You were gone so long I demoted your ass. You've been talking about cutting something off. What's that? Gambling? 10:45 in Finland right now. What do you mean cutting something off? Okay. Damn, Demon, never thought you was a gambler. Yeah, I'm not really, though. It's not like I've been gambling for my whole lifetime. It's only last, like, maybe year and a half. It's bullshit. It's not even, yeah, it's nothing. I'm not a gambler. I did gamble. I no longer gamble. So don't put that label on me, Los Penguin. Seriously. I know, I am. As of today, I'm done. No more. I've programmed into my mind the truth, the fact that it's literally designed for losers. It's designed for suckers. And I'm not a sucker. I'm done being a sucker. Gambling is for suckers, literally. So as long as I remember that gambling is for suckers, I will not gamble. Right, better go golf or something. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, go to the golf range, which I've done before, live. But yeah, I could be making content. I could be doing so many other things, Los Penguin. You're right. Thank you for confirming my point, my decision. I know one sucker who hanged himself over some slots. Jeez, you don't be like that. Hell no. I love myself too much to hang myself over anything. So if anything ever happens to me and they say it's suicide, somebody set me up, yo. I would never commit suicide, just for the record. Never. So if somebody says, oh, he committed suicide and he got 3 bullets and, and the gun is 50 feet away. Yeah, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Somebody got me. But ain't nobody gonna get me. I'm just joking. But yeah, I'm done being a sucker. Brother. Yep. Yeah. But another thing is I don't believe in addicts. I believe that people can change their behavior and their habits. So, people will say, well, if somebody's an addict, they're an addict for life and they're just gonna, do it for life. Well, what if you drop that addict off on a deserted island and you only give them food, drink, and shelter? Are they still an addict if they never do drugs for the rest of their life? No, obviously not. So, but you can't know it beforehand, so better not test it. But you can't know it beforehand. What do you mean test what? I already tested it, and I did not pass the test. There's no way to be a winning gambler. Trust me, I tried all the different theories and concepts and all the different ideas I had. Yeah, I'm like, I thought for a second, I'm like, I'm smart. I'll figure out how to be a winning gambler. Yeah, no. Some people would kill themselves if left without the substance. Yes, but not all people. Not even the majority. Yeah, some people would kill themselves if you, let them take their donuts away. I'd say all the severe cases would end like that. I disagree. I've witnessed in my personal life different, so. But that's why rehab ain't just a white padded room. No, it's all about your neurological signal and pathways and rewiring the pathways basically is the key to change those type of behaviors. And there are things that help with that. There's I think they say mushrooms help with neuroplasticity, and it allows you to rewire your brain and form new habits and form new. Why change if you can have another line? Why change if you can have another line? What do you mean, why change if you can have another line? Because the line might not make you happy anymore. The line might not do anything for you anymore. The line might not entice you anymore. You know that? Donate money any day you feel the need to gamble. Then you just need more. But no, Los Penguin, you realize there are people that have enjoyed something and then have changed their mindset and their subconscious to no longer enjoy that thing, right? That happens with food, with substances, with everything, with hobbies, with everything. The money you set aside to gamble, I know, Kate, I don't need to do all that because listen, you know why I don't need to do all that? Because I'm not a sucker. And gambling is for suckers. You guys are gonna see the reprogramming of a subconscious mind in person, in live, over time through these streams. I don't gamble. Gambling is for suckers and losers. So, and you can do that with anything. You can, so let's say you like coffee before, right? And you thought coffee was the greatest thing. I can't go without coffee. If you can reprogram your subconscious mind to think that coffee is fucking disgusting and it will make you sick, you can quit coffee too. But you actually have to reprogram your subconscious to believe that. You can't just say that and not fully go through the steps to reprogram your subconscious. And reprogramming your subconscious does, people could say what they want, but hypnosis works. Coffee is mildly addictive. If you want to hop off of it, you just need to get some craving, a headache. Coffee, I don't know. They say nicotine is the most addictive thing, and my sister quit nicotine. So my sister used to smoke. She no longer smokes. And they say nicotine is the most addictive substance in the world. Kate quit coffee. I'm sure that wasn't easy. Bro, people can change habits. And the way you have to work on it, but okay, here, I'll give you an example. One of the So not at all, because you probably knew you wanted to, and you were probably tired of drinking that shit. It's easiest to get addicted to, brother. What's easiest to get addicted to? Oh, coffee? You know, it's funny. I've never really been addicted to coffee, even though I've drank plenty of it, or nicotine. But it's not that hard to quit. What's that? Nicotine? But it's not that hard to quit? Right, okay. Tell that to people trying to quit nicotine, that nicotine is not that hard to quit. Um, so, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, so to give you an example, like one of the hypnosis that I did last night for gambling, it has you picturing in your mind's eye, right? So first it, talks you down to a relaxed state of mind, and then it has you picture two forks in the road. So you have two forks. To the right is this beautiful road with beautiful trees, fruits, and just like just everything's amazing, everything's pleasant. People are and you go down that road and you go down 12 months down that road and you look at yourself where you're at 12 months down that road that's beautiful, that has basically everything great that you want. And that's the road of you not gambling, right? They have you picture this. Then you go back to that fork and now you look down to the left side. And the left side is the road that you would be on if you continue to gamble. This road has rocks, jagged rocks, all the trees are dead, it stings, blah blah blah. That make people. So, Los Penguin. What's up, Spicy? You're speaking to somebody who knows a lot more about what you're talking about than you could probably ever imagine. So, like I was saying, they have you picture the left road as jagged rocks and all this other stuff that horrible, basically, right? Just trash. And they ask you to go down that road. I'm just talking about the hypnosis I did yesterday. And they ask you to visualize yourself going down the left path, which is if you continue to gamble and you continue to do what you're doing. So look 12 months down the road from now and look around and see what you see. And what you see is a lot of the negatives that you're dealing with currently, right? That are a result of gambling. Then you go back to the start of that path. And now you do have an option. Which path do you want to take? So you can start going down the path that's of no gambling and stay on that path. You don't have to go down the gambling path. All right? Now, combine that with the fact that, in my mind, I've programmed the fact that, and look, I've always known this, gambling is for suckers. It really is. I've known this. I just thought for I don't know why, I thought I could figure out a system to beat it. There are a few people that can beat the system, but it's not even worth it, yo. Because ultimately, I feel like everyone has addictive personalities. It's only what you're addicted to that's the problem with it, it seems. Right, there's people that will drink or eat sugar like crazy day in, day out, and then judge other people for being addicted to something, and they could never put the sugar down no matter what, So, but what I was talking about, Spicy, is that I'm done gambling. No more gambling for me, not even here, not even there, not even a little bit, not even on a Saturdays, none of that shit. I'm done, all the way. And if you guys ever hear me talk about, hey, I went gambling, or you have my full permission to call me all kind of names and call me out for it. But it's not gonna happen. But then again, doing needle or sugar is pretty different. Yes, it's not, yes, obviously, Los Penguin, yes, clearly. There are people who have done every substance in the world that you could think of and have stopped. Well, yes, but they use it as an escape. Correct. But if you look, I'm not sure what point you're trying to make. The point I'm making is that if you have a good enough why, you can change any habit. If you have a good enough reason, and if you have a good enough, why, I guess, really, and reasoning why you want to change, you will find a way to change. My why is because I'm not a fucking sucker. I'm not a loser. So what the hell am I doing gambling? So that's my why, because I'm not a sucker. So I'm no longer going to be gambling because it's for suckers. Yeah, like Spice said, if you have the grit and spit, you will do it. I'm saying that no motivational speeches will help a person who was dissolved with substances. I was dissolved with substances? Huh? It's not, no, I never said a motivational speech is going to help anybody. Where are you coming from? I'm saying that no shit. When did I ever say a motivational speech is ever going to help anybody change anything? Not once have I ever stated that or made that claim, Los Penguin. So I think you're debating a point that nobody made. I'm with you. Yeah, no motivational speech is gonna make somebody that wants to be addicted to drugs stop doing drugs. Then how would an addict try to rewire himself? Because if he wants to change, what's up, J13? Because if he wants to change and he has a reason, what do you mean how? There's a million different ways to rewire your brain. And you've heard of the word neuroplasticity, right? That's the ability of your brain of rewiring the connections. If the only source of happiness and calmness is his addiction, if the only source of happiness and calmness is his addiction, that's the perception. That's not the only source of happiness and calmness is the addiction. That's that person's perception and that's their escape. Guess what? Eventually, that addiction doesn't become happiness and calmness. It becomes dread and fucking sorrow and torture. So guess what? When that addiction becomes torture to that person, they will stop. You don't have to change their perception. Their own perception will change when they're getting tortured. When they're going through torture, Penguin. Sometimes helplessness feeds addiction. Yeah, sometimes. It won't become torture to them. That's what you think. I promise you. Eventually it becomes torture to any addict who does a drug long enough. Eventually they start hating that drug. Every single damn addict. Unless they overdose first before they ever get there. Well, that's the thing. It's eventually they will regret the addiction they have, but it just depends if they're willing to change. Right. They gotta want to change. Correct, Spicy. Of course. Brother, they steal and go and kill to get their fix. Don't pretend to not know about that. I never said that's not true. I'm confused what you're trying to prove or what point you're trying to make. Yeah, addicts can do some fucked up things. Yep. Yeah, and guess what? You think they like stealing and killing to get their fix? Probably not. They probably do it out of they feel like they have no choice, but eventually. Right, no one is disagreeing with you, Los. I'm not saying that anyone is disagreeing. Okay. All right, so back to what we were saying. I'm stopping gambling because I'm not a sucker. And gambling is for suckers and losers. And guess what? I'm not a loser or a sucker. I was a loser and a sucker for about a good year and a half because I used to gamble. But no more. It's weird how you say that you know so much about addiction, yet such simple things that go around your head. about go around, yet such simple things about go around your head. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Los? Yet such simple things about go around your head. What simple things? Penguin, you got to remember, I've lived the amount of time you've been on this earth, I've lived that amount of time as an adult, just as an adult. Then I had also the same amount of time you've had growing up. So I've seen many addicts. My father was an addict. Those people have nothing left in their head. There is no changing of that. They won't just get sad enough to realize that their addiction is bad. Just because your father didn't and never got to that place doesn't mean that some people don't. What are you talking about? Are you saying that no addict will ever change their behavior? Is that your state? Is that what your point you're trying to make, Los? I feel like you have something, I feel like this is very personal to you, and you're taking what happened in your experience and applying it to everybody that's ever been using any kind of substances. It's a very small percentage. Yeah, you're right, it is. For sure. No, yeah, I would agree. It's probably not a huge percentage of people that will change their behavior. But also, I can say the same thing for somebody obese. There's very few obese people that will change their eating habits and start exercising. How's that any different? Right, Kate. But it's okay. I mean, we're all adults here. We can talk and not get upset at each other. It's an interesting topic, actually. Why y'all think I got touched when I just want to prove my point? Because it sounds like you're trying to say, oh, anybody who's ever been addicted to any substance is lost. There's nothing left in their head. Literally, these are your words. And they'll never change. They'll never hit rock bottom and want to do different. Which is like super negative. It's super pessimistic. And you're literally, do you realize that people could be watching this and just hearing that, they could be like, fuck, I have no hope. Right, you're coming about it aggressively, and you're not even like and you're not right. Why y'all think I got touched when I just... All right, Dima, go talk to a crackhead on the street. Ask her what she wants in life. Huh? What does that prove anything? How does that prove anything? I bet you I can go talk to a bunch of people that were former addicts and are doing great now. But that doesn't prove anything either, though. So I'm not sure what you're saying. If she has kids, she would probably want what's best for them. Right, and Spicy, look, some people never end up changing their mind and end up dying as an addict. There 100% are. And an addict is not they have you believing that that's, oh, once you're an addict for life. That's all bullshit. You can have will strong enough to stay away from it, sure. Yeah, lots of people die from addiction. Okay, let me use my grandpa that fought in World War II as an example, okay? This is my personal family. This is my grandpa. Actually, I showed a picture of him yesterday with my niece, all right? He fought in World War II. Right after World War II, when he came back, him, like many other young men, started drinking heavily and became what people would classify as alcoholics, right? Like, non-stop drinking, always drunk, right? Guess what? when he found a wife, got married, had kids and all that, guess what happened? Los Penguin? No, had you looked at him before when he was in his active drinking? Ain't no way people would have said, oh yeah, he's gonna change, he's gonna turn out to be a sober person. My whole life that I've known my grandpa, I never saw him drink a shot of vodka or liquor because he knew, I guess, that he couldn't handle just social drinking or whatever reason. The point is he was no longer an addict for the rest of his life. So just because somebody had a habit at one point doesn't mean they'll have that habit for the rest of their life. And to put a label on somebody is counterproductive, and you're telling them that things are impossible when they aren't possible. You're basically arguing that they are. You're saying, oh, you literally just said there's no former. So you're insinuating that once somebody gets a habit, they're always going to have that habit, which is insane. Yeah, he had the kid. It just depends on the person. Your grandpa had the kid. Yeah, obviously, of course. Some people don't want, some people hit rock bottom. I don't know. I feel like if anybody truly hits their rock bottom, they're gonna want to change some things. And some people can never do it. You're right. Look, Los Penguin, there are people that want to get better and can never get better. They can't, It's just such a bullshit point to say that at some point addicts just realize that it's bad and then they drop it. I never said that. Who said that? That at some points just realize that it's bad and then they drop it. It does, but I didn't say that all do. I said that it happens all the time. It does work like that, like I just explained. I just gave you an example of my grandpa. Do you need to speak to my mom to prove it to you, or what? I don't understand. Yeah, some of them will realize it, some, and they will change their habits. You're exactly right. Oh, here's another example. Right? This is a family friend. Let me give you a funny example, right? Listen to this. This was a family friend in Ukraine, right? He was a freaking stumbling alcoholic, like the worst alcoholic that you can imagine. Listen to this, right? This was a family friend, and he was heading for death. He was gonna die. If something didn't change, this guy was gonna die in a couple of years, right? My family members, I believe my dad, because it was like one of my dad's friend or something like that. My dad and his friend took this guy. Actually, this was here in America. I lied. It was a Russian guy here, or a Ukrainian guy, or Russian or Ukrainian guy here in America. This was actually a couple of years ago, right? Somebody that lives here locally in North Carolina. He was a terrible alcoholic. They told him that they were taking him to get a shot, and the shot made it where if he drank again after that shot, he would die. Now, they took him to a nurse. The nurse gave him a shot of saline. It was no medicine. It was just saline. It was just salt water. But because the guy thought in his head, he truly believed that, hey, now if I drink, I'm gonna die. Guess what? He stopped fucking drinking and doesn't drink to this day. How do you explain that, Los? So how do you explain that? The mind is a very powerful thing, man. And through using your mind and your subconscious, you can achieve anything. I don't care what the hell it is. You can achieve anything. And don't let anybody else have you believing different. It's not that it affected me. I got all the definitions in my own head, and y'all going against those. Nobody's going against those. What definitions do you have in your head and what that we're going against? I don't understand. It's not just my father who's been addicted, trust me. That's beside the point. Just because you've had negative experiences where you haven't seen addicts change doesn't mean it doesn't happen all the time. That's my point. That's my only point. You're sitting here saying, oh, addicts can never change because, you know, what I've seen, they always go down this road and they always crash out and die. No, that's not always true, bro. There's a lot of examples of where they change and don't stay addicts. And I'm saying that it's a miserable chance. Yeah, it's not a battle that, I agree with you. It's not like, hey, you should go try to fight this battle, you know, just for fun. You know what I mean? Yes, we do live in different places. And also, in some places, it's more normalized. Like alcohol might be more normalized where you're from, so it wasn't like seen as bad, as much of a bad thing as it is maybe in other places. I'm not sure. Well, that's the thing. I've lived in an alcoholic family for practically my whole life. My stepdad died from it. Alcohol is a hard one because you can't stop right away anyway. Right, you can have seizures. Technically, you can, but you'll have seizures. Yeah, you can die from alcohol. But if you slowly stop, or if you, I don't know how, this guy stopped right away and he was fine. And this was just a couple of years ago. Now, I will say, I don't think this guy was drinking during the day. I think he was just drinking at night, like after work. He would just get sloppy drunk. But every night he would get sloppy drunk, and then he would go to work, not drink, and then come home and get sloppy drunk every night. And he just stopped. How's the labor camp for rehab? Probably great. Where I come from, they take those bastards and enslave them. That's probably a fucking great option, actually. That's probably a great option. And I bet you it probably works. Especially for the people that want to stop. And then it depends on the type of alcohol, beer, or liquor. Right. Right, if you're 24/7 functioning alcoholic on strong alcohol, right, you're going to have some seizures or some serious withdrawals, that's for sure. Alcohol and barbiturates are one of the things that can be deadly as far as withdrawals are concerned. Great option, no passport, no home, no family, and constant beatings. Great option. What's the other option? To continue being an addict and not, I don't understand, which, I mean, if the person is being a menace to society, they're robbing, stealing, hurting, possibly committing violent crimes, then yeah, send their ass to labor camp. Shit, if that was me, send me to labor camp. You know? You miss the point. If your addiction ruins your life, you go homeless. Okay, and even then, those people still have a chance. There's still programs for those people. And then some motherfuckers are gonna snatch you off the street. Yeah, because you're probably a menace to society at that point, so that you could do work for them. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You might have some crazy shit going on in your country. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those labor camps. But if somebody's homeless and they're homeless in a city, right? They're probably not contributing to society, right? They're probably being like a leech on society. Yeah, you got to do something with those people. It's hard and it's cold, but sometimes you got to do shit to people for their own good. That's like all of Eastern Europe. I mean, have you seen what it looks like in some of the cities in America with open air drug markets? You don't want that in your country, bro. Who's justifying kidnapping? Los, you're on one today. You are on one today. Stop trying to justify kidnapping. Who the hell justified kidnapping? Kate, Spicy, did you guys justify kidnapping? I'm so confused. Who justified? You explain to you like a baby. Okay, hey baby, hey sick my thumb. And they snatch a fucking street. Okay, so you're saying they snatch addicts off the street who are like being a menace to society that are homeless, right? Is that what you're saying? Right. You been drinking tonight, Los? And you say, oh yeah, it'll help him for sure. No, what I'll say is it's cold and it sucks, but it's probably better for the, like, if I'm a tax-paying citizen, yeah, it sucks and it's cold, but I don't want a homeless drug addict living on my porch. They probably need to go to a labor camp. And if I was the homeless drug addict living on somebody's porch, take my ass to a labor camp. Because at that point, I'm not doing too well. Left to my own devices, I've obviously not done too well if I'm homeless on somebody's porch as a drug addict. So yeah, maybe I need a labor camp to fucking teach me some new habits. This is the cold reality of it. What do you mean? I never said he doesn't deserve a chance of rehabilitation. That's probably the best chance of rehabilitation that person would have if, when they were left to their own devices, they ended up on the street as a drug addict. His wife might have kicked his ass out. Okay, if that's the case, he's not going to be freaking a drug addict on the street. He would figure out different ways to make things happen. If he has no connections, no friends, nobody to call, then he's probably already ruined those connections by something he did, right? And if his wife might have kicked him out, probably for a reason, maybe, and maybe because he was freaking abusing her. We don't know. Like, you're just saying hypothetical situations. What are you talking about? He'll figure out ways to get a fix. Okay, are we just putting the addicts in the labor camp or every homeless person? I have no clue what the hell else is on tonight. Let me just show him what an open air drug market looks like in Pennsylvania or in Philadelphia or one of these cities. Maybe then he'll realize that it's better to put them in a freaking work camp. I don't know what the hell. Open air drug market, fentanyl. Let's see some of these. Okay, here we go. Kensington, Philadelphia. Here's a good one. Here's a good one for you, Los. I want you to watch this, okay?
We're in the United States of America. Look at this. We're literally 2.5 miles from where the Declaration of Independence was signed.
I haven't seen it like this anywhere in the world. I've been to 85 countries.
Hold on.
They became heroin addicts. My brother was one of them, 12 years old. That's the average age.
Look at this family just trying to navigate all this.
He woke it up. Come on, my man. See, people don't see this. Kensington Avenue was the main corner of the city. Of Philly.
No, watch it. Since you're showing the same shit everyone saw 10 times over. Well, you're saying that taking them to a labor camp is so bad. Do you think this is better? Tell me if this is better. You're the one that came in here and said how poor drug addicts who get taken to a labor camp. Are they doing better here? Is this better?
Love your perspective.
No, it's not tweakers. That's not the point. That's not the point. You're complaining about people being kidnapped off the street. The other option is this. So you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I don't want people to get kidnapped," but I also don't like.
Wow, that was crazy.
So what would you prefer, man? Like if you don't address the problem, this is what it leads to. Is my point, Los. You're like, well, the way they're treating the problem. Yeah, I'm not saying that the way they're treating the problem is the best way, but hey, do you want this on your streets?
That's what the trank does?
Yes, that's what the trank does.
That guy right there that we just saw, yeah, he needs to get fucking kidnapped and put in a labor camp.
Right there. So that's.
Oh, yeah. So, buddy, from the outside, everyone would be like, why aren't these guys getting help?
Look, but here's the thing. There's plenty of opportunity. Like,
Listen.
Kensington right now is a tourist attraction for people to come and look and see people dying on the streets. And the truth of the matter is they don't have to die on the streets because there is help.
Okay, but the law works in the United States, from my understanding, you can't just remove something
Right.
like that. They have to agree to it. If they're sober enough to walk like that,
These are addicts.
I agree.
is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, so it's like
This is where they end up
I think, like personal
if they don't
freedom
change.
type. You can't, and so that's the problem I'm seeing across the country. Is there is help? It looks
Oh
like
yeah, of course, Spicy.
The problem, listen. The problem
I'm not
is-
talking about the accessibility of drugs.
Look, we don't know.
I'm
what
talking about
happened.
this is what happens. Like if no, like so you're saying, so your point was, oh, drug addicts are not gonna want to get better themselves. So to your point, you should support the fucking kidnapping and send them to labor camps. I'm actually saying that no, some of them will fix it on their own. But look, this is what happens when they don't fix it on their own and nobody picks them up to take it to a labor camp. This is what I'm showing you.
And get caught and was taking pain pills, and it happens. all
Right,
the time.
Spicy said, I feel like it would help environmentally too, because all the needles and shit on the ground that are exposed to the public, needles, the fucking human manure, like, come on now.
I've seen actors, movie
Kids seeing this shit. If I'm walking with my family, you think I want my kids to see people shooting up drugs on the side of the road? Hell no.
sons and daughters.
Right, 60% don't want to work anyway. They shall work and be rehabilitated. Right, these people, these people take their ass to a damn labor camp.
Get caught up because of an injury that they
You don't give a single fuck about no tweakers. Well, guess what? An alcoholic is just a tweaker too.
sustained while riding a bike up in the suburbs.
If you didn't know.
Up in the-
An alcoholic is no different than a tweaker.
And they're looking for fentanyl to quell their pain. But that guy there, it takes 17 times. You get refused 17 times. That's the average number before somebody wants to reach out for help.
Oh, look, so
When somebody wants to accept the help.
Because when you're in the drugs, you're not thinking help.
You're not
You
thinking
can't
help.
see outside of that.
No, you're not thinking help. You're just thinking for the next fix.
Yeah.
Because,
What's up, you guys? How's it going?
addiction is a cruel taskmaster.
there's nothing wrong with drinking 2 beers after work. That's not an alcoholic. Well, addiction is addiction. This is one of the feats of addiction. Right, addiction is addiction, exactly. Not some dude who drinks 2 beers after work. Nobody's talking about the dude that drinks 2 beers after work. Nobody has a problem with the dude that drinks 2 beers after work. If you're working and you're like taking care of all your responsibilities and you have a couple of shots with dinner, then who cares? That's your business. That's your private life. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you're not causing damage to anybody, why is that a problem? It's not. I'm not sure what your whole, he wouldn't be an alcoholic if he can manage his vice. Right, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be an alcoholic if you're doing it in moderation. So, right, I don't think anybody disagreed with you, Lost. I think the only disagreement is you were kind of stating that, somebody that's an addict is an addict for life, and that's not the case. Then forget about all the comparisons. I'm done with that. Let's get to the core point. Your whole core belief, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, is that once an addict for life. Do you believe that? Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the subject. And I'm going to have to go very shortly because my buddy's about to stream. I should make this a poll. Nah, y'all won't get it. Oh, are we just too dumb to get it? Is that what it is? What do you mean? It's very condescending. Nah, y'all won't get it. Or we're just too dumb that we can't get it? I mean, okay, I guess. You talk as if fucking tweaker can suddenly gain his subconscious back and just stop doing the substance. They can. They can. They can. Absolutely can. But then you say that they should just get kidnapped and work to that. Yeah, I say if they can't do it on their own, then it's not a bad option for them to get kidnapped and get work. Spicy said, "You talk like a tweaker, Los. Stop." I think Los had a couple of beers in him tonight. Los, did you be honest? Did you have a couple of beers tonight? Be honest. I don't care. I drink once in a while. Los, did you have a couple of beers? Be honest. Yeah, y'all dense as shit. We're dense because why? You're definitely inebriated right now. I still fuck with you, Los. I still love you, bro. But I'm not sure. Good thing you fuckers won't get it. Why is it a good thing? Talk to us. Explain. Addiction is a hell of a thing. Yeah, we know. Nobody ever said it's not a hell of a thing. There's something you're very personally, this topic is very personal to you, I can tell. Because I'm naive as fuck. Oh, am I? So I can tell this topic is very personal to you, and you're allowing that to cloud how you communicate with people. And because look how you're acting, bro. You don't know shit about what I know, and you're calling me naive. Naive for what? I think you're naive for thinking what you think. But you don't hear me saying that. You're acting all butthurt, bro. We're dense because you aren't explaining anything to us but insulting us, right? And saying pointless stuff and then accusing us of saying stuff we didn't say, right? Spicy, damn. Spicy nailed it. We are dense because you aren't explaining shit to us, but you're insulting us and saying pointless stuff and then accusing us of saying stuff we didn't say. Literally. You're like, yo, you said fucking the moon is green. It's not fucking green. I'm like, bro, we didn't say that. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and now I don't know shit. Okay, that's fair. You can think that. You're right. I don't know shit. Why you say it's personal to me? Well, because you kind of came in here and started spiraling and told us how your dad was an alcoholic and the way you're acting. I've never seen you act like this. So it must be personal to you. How many times do I gotta say no? Right, because you're getting butthurt. Right, I'm not the only one that sees it, Los. Like if I was the only one that saw it and the only one that was like thinking that, I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. But yo, Spicy sees it, Kate saw it, like, yeah, you people don't know shit. Look how you're talking. We don't know what is this shit that we don't know. I knew you'd start bitching. Who's bitching? This is entertaining, Los. Yeah, because your ass got into gambling. And then what? Not mine. Okay, and then what? What's your point? Do you think that hurt? Like, do you think you zinged me? Ooh, what a burn. I shared that myself voluntarily. That's not a burn. Right, he just wants to insult and talk shit and say we don't know shit. What shit we don't know? Who the hell knows? I got addicted to gambling? Okay, And then now I'm unaddicted. What's your point? And I wouldn't say I got addicted. I said I formed a habit, and now I'm gonna break that habit. It's nothing new. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Explain. Right, if we're so dumb, why don't you explain it to us? Right, that's a great point. What do you know about the pain of addiction if you can allow yourself to get addicted? What do you know about the pain of addiction if you can allow yourself to get addicted? I don't even... Spicy, do you understand that question? I'm not sure I understand that question. So first of all, let me explain something to you. I don't believe in, I believe in dependency. Addiction is just a mind state, a mind frame. It's just somebody who got a habit who can't break a habit. That's all it is. I'm not addicted to it because guess what? I'm done gambling. If I was addicted, I'd continue gambling. It was a bad habit that I formed for a while, and it's a bad habit that no longer exists. You're going to see it happen in real life. How? You'll see. You'll see. So now what? Well, they don't know the pain of addiction to get addicted. That's what caused the pain, is the thought of the addiction and addiction. No, but what his point is irrelevant. There's people that know the pain of addiction and still get addicted. So that doesn't mean anything. Or get, not addicted, but get dependent. There's people that, guess what? There's people that know the pain of addiction and dependency really well. End up in a horrific accident. Get put on... I'm telling you how. Listen, tell me who. I'm explaining to you. So there's people that have, Josue, what's up? Have seen addiction very close, personal to their life, right? All around them growing up. And then they get in a horrific accident. In the horrific accident, they're in a coma for a month. While they're in a coma, they're put on pain meds. Guess what? When they wake up, that person is now going to be addicted, quote unquote. Dependent is really what they're going to be. No, give me people. What do you mean, give me people? You want me to out people and tell you people? No, give me people. What do you mean, give you people? Whose life is that? There's plenty of people that have been in accidents that got put in the hospitals, that got dependent on pain medicine. I know somebody personally. You know somebody who has a family member personally that happened to recently. So what the hell are you talking about, Los? Like, I'm not going to say it because out of respect for that person, but you know a person from my live streams that has a family member that was just put in the hospital, that got put on fucking pain medicine, that got dependent on pain medicine, and that got off that pain medicine. All in the last year. So what the hell are you talking about? Yes, you fucking do. You just don't know who it is. No, I fucking don't. Oh, yes, you do. You just don't know that happened to that person. You realize that you might not, I might be privy to some information that you might not be with some of my viewers. Do you realize that? Yeah, it's personal, but it's a person that visits my stream that you know. I'm not mad. I'm just pointing out how wrong you are because it's like right around you and you still don't even think it's possible. And I don't even think that person would care, but I'm not going to share on that person's behalf. I would let that person share. Because nothing their family member did was wrong. It was just literally how shit happens. Literally, you get put in the hospital and if your issue is severe enough with pain, as in relative to pain, they're going to put you on pain medicine, and guess what? You will get dependent on that shit. And then at that point, you got a decision to make. Are you going to stop or are you going to continue? And this person's family member stopped. And they went through withdrawals. And they went through hell. But guess what? They stopped, even though it would have felt better to just stay on the pain medicine. So how do you explain that? Why did they choose to stop instead of choosing to do what felt good and comfortable? Yes, most of the medications, opiates, are very addictive, correct. So yeah, I'd put sense into you if we were, Lois, you wouldn't do anything. Come on now. Let's be real. Lois, let's be real. People who talk like that is the last person I'll be afraid of. I'd put sense into you if we were in the same room. Oh, I'm sure you would, bro. I'm so scared. Most of the medications are good for pain are, yep. And then he asks, why do you think I'm taking this personally? After he threatens to put sense into me if we were in the same room. Los is on one tonight. I guarantee you Los has been drinking tonight. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I 100% guarantee it. I can't wait to see sober Los's reaction to his behavior when he was drunk. It's not a threat. He's just threatening to educate me. He said he would educate me if he was in the same room. That's all he's saying. You'd see my sober, handsome face and take your words back. What words? Oh, if you see that shit, you'd see my sober, handsome face and take it. So you haven't been drinking? Okay, maybe you haven't, but you're gonna be a broken record about it. No, if you claim that you haven't been, I'll believe you, but you're not acting like you normally act. Bro, you're not acting like you normally act. So I don't know what the hell is going on with you, but you are not acting like you normally act. Who drank here, yo? Like, look what, like, bro. Am I tripping or is Los spiraling? Because you said something very wrong. Okay, and guess what? I can say, oh, I made a mistake. I was wrong. I apologize. People make mistakes. And also, it's not wild for me to have assumed that considering the way you're acting. Right, you're definitely tweaking, boy. You are definitely tweaking. Even if you're sober, you're tweaking. It's literally like entertaining to me. That's the only reason I haven't shut the live off. And now he's a lap dog? Really? Is that what it is? Or maybe you're just a fucking whiny baby and he's calling you out for it. Could that be it? Maybe you're just a little baby, lost penguin. All right. He's on another one tonight. Anybody that disagrees with Los is fucking something wrong with them, I guess, with us, because we don't know what we're talking about. Breezy, what's good? Breezy. Yeah, Los is on a special one tonight. What is it, Los? What got you acting like this? Tell us, bro. This is not your usual behavior. What is going on? What got you wound up? Want to know something good? Tacos, man. Hey, I like your attitude, Breezy. That's what I'm talking about. Tacos are good. All right, 20th hearing. Ooh, wee. Yeah, memory of a goldfish. Who has the memory of a goldfish? My memory is pretty damn bad. That you are right about. My memory is jack shit. I will not debate that point. Are you talking about my memory? My memory is that of a goldfish. I think goldfish might have a better memory, actually. Tacos are great. Gonna act dumb now? What am I acting dumb about? What in the hell are you on, Los? You're tripping, bro. You gonna act dumb now? Like you ain't say that thing that you said? What thing are you talking about, bro? I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. I still think you've been drinking, Los. Even though you say you haven't, and I might be wrong, but I still think you've been drinking. By the way you're acting. I ate tacos just now. Made good tacos. Elena, what's up? How are you doing? What kind of tacos you made, Elena? Filling out my calendar for the month. Are we talking about hard or soft tacos? Look, there is no such thing as a soft taco. A soft taco is just a burrito. So before we go any further on the taco talk, let's get the definitions ironed out. There's hard tacos and there's burritos. There's no such thing as soft tacos. Now, as you were saying, beef. My client made me work hard all day. He had like 4 hours of sleep and made me make him tacos. Okay, that's not anything to complain about. You had to make somebody tacos for work. That's great. Not Elena though. Ate some linguana con arroz y cotija. Now Los is gonna act dumb. He was just warning us in advance, which I appreciate. Breezy. It took you 2 minutes to type, yeah, memory of a goldfish. That the Havoxy is crazy. Gonna act dumb now? Yeah, memory of a goldfish. Tacos are the best. You want to know something good? Tacos, man. What's up, Breezy? Yo, lab dog, bro. Yo, what are we acting dumb about, Los? You see my... I'm trying to scroll back and see what the hell I have, or what I'm acting dumb about now. Burritos are good. Yeah, burritos are right. I don't know what a soft taco is. Who else is gonna do? What's Los gonna do? Not Elena do what? Oh, Elena. Hey, as a matter of fact, Elena can. Hey, she can. I'm pretty sure she can corroborate the story about the guy who was like an alcoholic. They gave him a shot that was like saline. They told him that if he drank any more liquor, he was gonna die, and the guy stopped drinking. You remember that, Elena? Elena might know about this situation. You don't remember your dad and my pops took one of their friends. It was your dad and my dad. They took one of their friends that was like drinking somewhere here in Raleigh to get a shot. It was like some younger guy, and told him that if he was to continue drinking after he got that shot, and the nurse gave him like a saline shot or something. You can ask your dad about it. And the guy stopped drinking, yo, and he hasn't drank to this day. I have too much blood on my alcohol stream, Breezy said. I've never heard that. I'll ask him. Yeah, ask him. He'll tell you. Did I tell you about the fact that I got I think, God willing, I'm gonna get the body cam footage from that incident that I had happen that I've been trying to get. Mama didn't raise no quitter. That's what's up, Breezy. That's spicy, isn't that funny? After we were just talking about, and Breezy comes in like that. Good night, Kate. Thank you for hanging out. It's not peer pressure, it's just your turn. His birthday was Saturday. He wants to get a really nice droid. Oh, nice. Tell him I said happy belated birthday. Get him an S24. Nice. Like an Android you're talking about? A new Android phone? The S24 is like super nice, right? Anyways, I love you all. Los has wound down, so the entertainment factor has kind of gone out the window now. I'm gonna go. He wants like 1K, that thing that flies. Oh, a drone, not a droid. Yeah. He just needs to get like a DJI. Well, so look. If he gets the expensive one, you got to register it. Not the expensive one. Let me rephrase. If you get anything over 249 grams, you have to register it with the FAA, and it's not hard. You just got to get like a drone ID or something, a flight ID or some shit it's called. But if you get you want to know something that's flying? Hey! Okay, that was a good one. But yeah, if you get something that's under 249 grams specifically, I think on here it even says the weight somewhere. There's the whole. So yeah, look, see? 249 grams, light aircraft. So if you get something that's 249 grams or less, and they have some 249 gram drones for like $600-700. DJI Mini 5, I believe. This is a Mini 2. 249 grams or less. You don't have to get it registered. Yeah, moving that weight in drones. But what's it called? It's also not a big deal to get registered, but then you have to like log your flights, and it's a little bit more pain in the ass. Getting something that's 249 grams or less makes it a lot. Basically, it's a lot more freedom to fly around. Just droning on and on and on. All right, I'm out. I love you all.